Okay, so we got the seasonings inside of the pan. We got some hot sauce, salt, pepper, pretty simple, and a little bit of water. So we're just gonna boil that, and that's on a little bit of a medium-high heat. Right now the oysters have been drained. And then the way we do our po' boys is we don't season the flour, we just leave it plain. And the oysters, pretty much since they've been boiled inside of the salt, the salt and the Tabasco, they've already gotten the flavors going. So pretty much just that's the flour. It's already, we're just using that to batter it with, and the oysters pretty much already have the flavor of their own. We kind of like the taste of the oysters, so we don't want to overpower it with too many seasonings. And then he's about to make an egg wash with just some eggs and milk. And he's just gonna stir it together and then let the oysters soak in that. Okay, so we pretty much already added the oysters to the egg wash mixture, and now they're just inside the flour, and we're gonna toss them and then get them in the fryer. Okay, so just shook the oysters up and flour mixture, and make sure they all get equally saturated in the flour and equally coated. Okay, this is freshly battered oysters right there, and we're gonna put them in the deep fryer, and the temperature is on what? 300, and we're gonna let those cook until they float, and that's when you know they're done. And we are using a Ninja deep fryer. Okay, so they're floating, and we're just gonna take them out, and then we're just gonna toss it in some Creole seasoning and some garlic powder. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we're seasoning right now with the Creole and the garlic. Okay, I'm gonna let those sit to the side. And as far as the bread goes for the oysters po' boys, we're just gonna butter them and then put them in the oven and let them toast up. So probably cook them for about 5 minutes on 425, maybe a little bit less, probably 375, just for so they can toast up lightly. Okay, so this is the ingredients for the remoulade. Pretty much you just take 6 ounces of mayonnaise, about a tablespoon of sweet relish, about 2 teaspoons of some Creole sauce, seasoning, sorry, like a splash of hot sauce, a little bit of cayenne, so just like a little bit since you already have some heat to it already, and then some garlic powder, about half a teaspoon of garlic powder, okay, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and then gonna take some capers, add about, I want to say a teaspoon of capers. Okay, so the capers are added, and then just gonna add 1 teaspoon of mustard. And then just mix all that together, and then that's the remoulade. Okay, and you're also going to add about a teaspoon of lemon juice. And I'll post below the actual measurements, because right now I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but I'll write them down in the link below. That way you'll know exactly based on what I did, and if I tweaked it or not, I'll let you guys know. Like if I added a little bit more relish, or so it's pretty much up to your interpretation of how you want it to taste. Like if you want it to be sweeter, add a little bit more sweet relish. If you want it to be tangier, add some more Tabasco and some lemon juice and capers, and maybe even add some caper juice to it. And then salt and pepper to taste. And like I said, if you want to taste more savorier, add a little bit more of the onion powder and garlic powder. But these are just a panorama of all the different things I used that went into the remoulade, minus the mayonnaise. But yeah, that's everything. And if you wanted to, you could use whole grain mustard and paprika, but that's up to you, that's optional. Crispy, pretty much get the bread, add a little bit of remoulade on one side, just spread it. Okay, and then add some cheese. And then you're going to add some po' boys to this side. And then add some lettuce. And that's that.